guys! So I am live, and I just announced the winner for the giveaway of my Saturday special, of which I will tell you about as I'm drawing. And here she is. Her name is her handle is in Fashion Chains, and so yeah, I'm gonna do about as I'm drawing. And here she is. Her name is. So yeah, I'm just gonna basically be drawing her, and this is the thing, as you can see. I hope you guys, I'm good, thank you, and I hope you guys can see well enough. I'm also live on Twitch, which you can find the link in my bio. And although it seems like Twitch is having trouble connecting right now, but I'm sure that it will be okay in a second. I'm gonna connect on Watch Me Work. Oh, yeah, she is actually. And although it seems like Twitch is having trouble connecting right now, but I'm sure that it will be okay in a second. So I'm gonna connect on Watch Me Work, I was saying, which is a website where you can see people working live in the meantime. So on Twitch and Watch Me Work, you can actually see what's going on my Photoshop, because it's streaming straight from my computer. Yeah, so cool. I'm live on Watch Me Work as well. Cool. So guys, yeah, I'm gonna start drawing. Oh, thank you. That's nice of you. All right. So I'm sorry for the hat. I mean, people on Instagram can't see the hat right now, but I'm wearing a hat. Because hi from Chile. Hi to Chile. Yeah, I'm wearing a hat at the moment because my hair looks really bad. Yeah, I'm having one of those moments where you start like hating your hair. I hope you can see okay with my, as I put the phone like this, it's basically staying on top of my Cintiq. So I hope it looks okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the simple sketch, which I do using a very simple brush, just a normal brush with the opacity layer tuned in so that I can see. Hi from Russia. Well, hi to Russia. Oh, thank you. So yeah, I normally use this kind of brush because, for sketching is, it's pretty good. Anyway, okay, so as you can see, oh no, you should do homework. Homework is very important. But yeah, so as you can see, I did this, as you could see, I did this giveaway thing, which wasn't really in occasion of anything, but I did it because I felt like, it's been ages since I did a giveaway, and I don't know, I felt like, sorry, I can't read that. I think it's in Russian. Anyway, hi, Maria Cristina Flores. Yeah, I felt like it's been like a while since I did my latest giveaway. And oh yeah, I just noticed that those sunglasses are like Luna Lovegood's sunglasses, like the one that the girl is wearing in the picture. But yeah, so as I was saying, I felt like, I hadn't done a giveaway for ages, and even though I'm really busy with work at the moment, I felt like maybe to do like a big giveaway, or do a giveaway where I do maybe like 3 or 4. Sorry, I'm just concentrating on the sketch. Yeah, I'm doing a giveaway where I give away a few portraits. It's too demanding at the moment, so I thought, why don't I break it up and I just do one sort of every week. Thank you about the sketch. So that's what I'm gonna do from now on Saturdays. And since I have this habit of streaming on Monday night, I thought, you know, like it's kind of perfect. So I can do the giveaway on Friday, oh sorry, on Saturday, and you guys can take part during the weekend, and then I'll do the sketch and you know the commission on Monday evening, which comes together rather nicely. So yeah, and if you want to ask me any questions, I've got my loyal. Oh, thank you, Nanette Wipro. Um, yeah, I've got my loyal iPad on the side, so I can read your comments and I can actually, you know, answer if you have any questions like art related or whatever. So how are you? How you guys? How are you? Thank you. Um, my day has been rather eventful, and as I found out that I actually landed a job that I didn't think would happen. So I'm gonna be making a music video, an animated music video, which is pretty cool, and it's gonna be really intense as well. So yeah, I'm pretty scared. Yeah, I have animated stuff before, luckily. Um, that's my degree, animation, traditional animation. But thank you. Um, but you know, it's still a pretty big thing, you know, to animate like a whole like music video. So I'm a bit scared. I won't, you know, I will admit it freely. Um, yeah, but you know, I think I'll get through. Hopefully. Thank you, the native bro. Yeah, so that happened. And also, as you might have seen earlier on, when this during in my stories this afternoon, I was working on. Oh, thank you, Fariha. Fariha, is that how you pronounce it? I hope so. But anyway, yeah. I posted on my stories that I was working on some leopards, and basically, yeah, that's like a thing I'm doing for a basketball team or basketball association, um, where basically they wanted me to do like a poster to give away, or because their mascot is a leopard, he's called Willie, and the leopard has a team because they're called the leopards, and the team needs other characters. So I've got, you know, like kind of chubby leopard and girl leopard because, you know, we want. How many years do you draw? How many years have I drawn? Well, too many to count, I guess. I mean, I've kind of always been drawing. That doesn't mean that I've always been drawing well. Um, Actually, I guess I used to draw pretty badly at the start. Oh, thank you, Camilla. Yeah, I hope I'll do okay. But yeah, so I've been drawing for a long time, and yeah, as I was saying, like I really look forward to doing this commission with the leopards because I feel like I'm drawing like a Space Jam team. Don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, like Space Jam. I don't know, like maybe you're too young. I don't know. It was like my favorite movie when I was a child. But you know, I'm pretty old. No, I'm joking. I'm not that old. But you know, I am a bit older. Thank you, Mans Chavez. And so yeah, what was I gonna say? So I can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, so the leopard thing. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that I have to draw these like basketball team of leopards, and then we're gonna do some kind of like comic strips. Yeah, Space Jam is the best. Thank you, Maria Cristina, for the compliment. So yeah, as you can see, like I'm doing like a really rough sketch for the start, and just to get the proportions right at the start. And then when I'm satisfied with the proportion, I'm gonna set it at um, a lower opacity, and then basically I'm gonna use a much smaller paintbrush to do all the details, and then on top of that I'm gonna start. After I've done all that, I'm gonna start with the coloring. So yeah, so that's basically my workflow. Oh, thanks for the love. But yeah, so basically, I do love Space Jam, so I'm really excited about this leopard thing. And this, like, in fashion shame, like the girl that I'm drawing, um, which won the giveaway, has got the tiniest mouth. It's really cute. And to answer your question, Mariha, I'm currently using Photoshop as a software, and I'm using a Cintiq. I think it's a Wacom Cintiq. It's a pretty big one, but it's not mine. It's actually I borrowed it because I don't have the money to buy a Cintiq yet. But you know, it's okay. I borrowed it, and you know, it's working well for me. It's quite old. It's an old model, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I wanted one of these for a long time. Normally, I use my iPad Pro, which has served me well, and I still use it for most of my sketching. So normally, like a drawing like this, I would normally do it on the iPad actually, because it's not very big, so the iPad, no, it's not a problem because my iPad is like 16 inches, so it's got the screen of a MacBook Pro basically, like of a notebook, but like for bigger jobs it's a bit uncomfortable, and especially for animating it's really hard to use, hence the Cintiq need. But yeah, for this kind of drawing I normally use the iPad, also because I don't know, the sketching feel on it is actually a bit better, I feel. um, but yeah, so basically this leopard thing, we're gonna after I made the lineup of the characters, for which of course I'm kind of using thank you, Math Food Designs, um, and thanks Alex away Mana. So for my I'm trying to draw like the horse there. I mean, this is still very sketchy, so don't worry about it. If it doesn't look like a horse yet, it's all good. But yeah, so basically, after I've drawn the lineup for the leopard team, I'm gonna do a series of comic strips. So basically, just kind of like a series of stories where the leopards are about to lose, but then and they're playing against other teams, like other. All right, so I've gone to the point where I lower the opacity, and I'm using a different brush now. It's like a ink kind of brush, a little bit bigger like that. An ink brush, you see, like if I put it really big, you can see the shape of the brush is like this, and that's because it gives a nicer edge. I feel like it gives a more of a clearer edge, and also, as you can see, if I press down not that hard, it's smaller, and as I press it down harder, it becomes bigger. And that's because I've got the pressure settings set up on the thing, yeah, on Photoshop, which you can do not just with a Cintiq but with any kind of graphic tablet, really. So yeah, and as I was saying, the theme. Sorry, I get distracted when I get emails. Which I just got one. I should probably like turn my emails off when I'm doing this sort of thing. So yeah, as you can see, like to clean up a sketch, I normally do like rather quick and precise kind of strokes to make sure that, because the one from the test said so. Hang on. What did they say? And also, by Martha, thank you for saying that you love my drawings. Um, but yeah, so as you can see, like I do like quite quick brush kind of lines so that the design becomes a lot clearer. And yeah, as I was saying, so the leopard thing is going to be kind of like a little story where, you know, the leopards are playing against other other like animals and like other teams. So, you know, there's like the team of the um, like the crocodile team, or you know the I don't know, the like the hippo team, or you know, all these kind of teams from the jungle. And they, of course, you know, like at the start they're losing, but then they manage to win, and that's because of, you know, the fact that they're a good team, or you know, that they listen to the coach, and you know, they kind of just remind each other they can do it. So that's the plan. And as I was saying, like I'm really quite excited about it. Also because I've always wanted to draw more anthropomorphic animals, because yeah, I've never really been that good at it, like that good at drawing them, and I think this will be very good practice. So yeah, I think like that's one of the things that I would say to you guys if you want to improve your drawing in general, is, you know, draw stuff that you don't normally draw. Like, so if you're good at drawing something, of course, like draw it for your own, you know, for your own amusement, but make sure that you still. Thank you, Fedorian. And also, what part of the body did it take the longest to perfect in your style? In my style, I don't know. I think I still got huge problems with the hands, to be honest. I think hair, it was difficult at the start, but then I kind of like got a method for doing it, and then since I found the workflow, it's been fine. Like, it's been really easy to do, actually. It's one of my favorite parts to draw at the moment. But as I was saying, like, especially regarding this kind of thing, so it's important, I think, if you don't know, if you can't draw a specific part of the body, or you know, like if you have trouble drawing a certain topic, you know, like you're not that good at playing and drawing guys or drawing girls, or you know, whatever, then keep drawing that thing and you'll get better. I know it sucks and it's not fun, but you kind of have to do it, otherwise you'll never improve. You know, it's like art is hard work. It's not like it's just fun. And for example, like another thing I always have trouble drawing is guys. Like, I never draw guys, and I know it's wrong, but it's just that I prefer drawing girls. It just comes easier to me, and that's why I should be drawing more guys. And as I was saying, not necessarily animals. Like, I think I'm quite good at drawing animals, but as I was saying, like I have some trouble drawing anthropomorphic animals. Just to know like where to draw the line, you know, kind of like between them being just animals, or them being sorry, I'm trying to get okay, that's better. Or them being actual animals. So yeah, I'm trying to just do the thing a little better. Okay, so how long does it take you to draw? What do you mean? Like, how long did it take me to get better at drawing? Because that's you know, that's kind of like a work in progress. I'm still working on it, and I am 27, so I guess I could say it took me about 20 years to get to this point. um, So yeah, so the music video that I'm gonna do, it's basically for a reggae band. So it's reggae music, which is not necessarily my favorite music, but you know, I hope I do a good job anyway. And it's gonna be quite fun to do actually because it's got loads of different settings that the singer wants to have in the video. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Although, as I was saying earlier on, I am a little bit scared because to do a full animation is really demanding, especially if you work on your own, which I am at the moment. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And yep. So I'm slightly panicking, but it's okay. I'll get through. And in the meantime, I'm sure I'll learn a lot about you know production in general. The last video I made, well, the last animation I made, was for a science communication video, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term science communication, but it's basically a way, like finding a way of communicating science to um, to other people, like or communicating difficult like scientific concepts to everybody. So I did it. It's called like the video that I did. It's called Just a Touch, and or not just a touch. And I did it because I have a friend who works as a researcher in Oxford University in Oxford, England, and of course she's incredibly smart, and I am awfully proud of her. And yeah, she works in neuroscience. So she had this research that she had been working on, and she wanted to do a video about it to explain it properly to everybody. And also, just so it happens, as you can see here, I've got the lasso tool, which I use for when I have to change, you know, something about the shape of a drawing, and I don't want to, you know, to redo the whole thing. I just kind of select the bit that I need and use a shortcut, which is Command T in on Macs. I don't know what it is on Windows, to be honest. And then Command D, and you let it go, and you know you can change it and put it wherever you want. So yeah, so lasso tool is a very useful tool in Photoshop. Thank God for it. But yeah, I was saying. So what I was saying. Oh yeah, my friend Kiki, who, as I was saying, is a scientist, and she was doing this research in. It's about. Yeah, it is extremely demanding. But yeah, as I was saying, so my friend was doing this research, and it was very important research to a certain extent, as in, it was about. Well, she's like a neuroscientist, which means that she kind of does a lot of research about the brain, I think. And yeah, so she wanted to do this. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this bit right. So I'm not sure what it is, like in your eyes. I'm not sure if it's like a. I think it's just makeup, and it's not. Like, can you guys see these bits? I'm not sure what they are. Whether they are like a piercing or just makeup. I think it's just makeup. In which case, I won't actually be drawing it. But yeah, so I was saying, and I'm gonna finish this topic in a second. So my friend was doing these this research about touch and the way that touch is communicated by your nerves. And basically, she wanted to make a very simple, kind of very fun video about it. And so we did. She asked me, and I was like, yeah, why not? So we involved herself and some of her colleagues and my brother, who's also the guy who does all of the sound on my videos and stuff, because he's a sound designer. And yeah, we made a video out of it. It was very hard, even though it was just, it was like half video, half like half real life movie. So we had um, partly animation and partly just people kind of acting. And you can actually see it on my. I don't know where you can see it. I think you can see it on my Vimeo. So if you go on Vimeo, ML Malandrino or ML Illustration or something like that, I can, you'll definitely find it. Or you just Google justtouchfilm.com. I think we have like a website for it. Because yeah, like the great thing was that we did that video and we actually won an award for it. The Bristol Science Film Festival. We won like best movie. So it was pretty amazing. Like I live in Italy, and we just flew over to me and my brother and my brother's partner and my boyfriend. We just flew over to Bristol to see the kind of like the film festival, and then we got the prize. It was pretty amazing. Thank you. Yeah, it happened last April, I think. And then since then, loads of things happened, and I didn't really animate that much until, well, now, basically. I mean, I animated some stuff for a video game I'm working on. I animated some 3D models for the video game, like 3D assets. Okay, I think I'm done with the sketch. Therefore, I'm gonna delete the sketch underneath, and yeah. And I'm gonna start with the color. Cool. So let's go with the color. When I color, so I'm just gonna change the name of the layers. When I color, I normally create a layer on top of the line art, and I normally just color pick the skin color, just because it's easier. And then I start by doing the outline. Yeah, the outline of the thing that I'm gonna color. And normally the skin on the face is slightly lighter than the skin on the rest of the body. So yeah, I don't know what I was talking about the movie that I did and won a prize, but anyway, so that's the last thing I animated fully, and it was very simple. It was like 2D, almost motion graphics. So as you can imagine, I'm feeling rather more scared by this particular oh, thank you, Fariha. I think she might be watching right now, to be honest. But yeah, so like I'm rather more more scared now. But you know, it's gonna be fine. So as you can see, I've done the face. So then I put the darkness down a little bit to do the rest of the body, and I do it on a layer underneath so that it can go and nest itself right under the face. And in this case, because I've got the hand that is in the foreground, I'm probably going to make another layer for that as well, but on top of it. And I'm going to do it the same color of the face. Yeah, I mean, it will be scary, but yeah, I think it will be awesome also. As I was saying, it's like a reggae, like the music is like it's a reggae song, and the idea for the the main concept for the thing is quite interesting, to say the least. And I mean, I'm just going to say it involves Mayan tribes chasing the main singer, and then like him kind of like writing in his room, and then actually is not like it's not actually being chased. It's just him who's like, I don't know, getting drunk and writing in his room, and then like he kind of wakes up as the chief of the tribe, like is trying to take his heart out to offer it in sacrifice or something, which I hope is not going to be like racist or anything. I hope so. Yeah, also as you can see, I created another layer now, which I'm going to put on overlay, and with black, which is going to look like another color because it's in overlay, I'm going to do with a different brush as well. It's a rather more brushy brush, and for brushy I mean, look, it's like as you can see, it's like, I don't know, a bit more kind of, I don't know, I don't know how to express brushy, but you know, it gives like a feeling of it being kind of like handmade, you know, like not so digital. I'm gonna do the out layer of the finger so that when I color with the pink, it's still gonna look a little bit darker, which is what I want, because I want it to be slightly more visible, and so that you can recognize that she's got fingers. So yeah, so then I'm gonna go back to here, and yeah, let's go and keep coloring the hand. So these are all just little tricks that I kind of worked out in my workflow as I went along, learning about digital coloring, which I did mostly on my own, as I'm basically self-taught in terms of illustration, at least. I did, as I was saying, like I did. No, don't worry. Thank you, Fariha, for being so nice and commenting so much. And if you want to take part next time in the next giveaway, I hope you win. Or so, I mean, someone will win. So, which is going to be next Saturday, by the way. But yeah, as I was saying, like I did animation, like 2D animation, as a major at uni, but we didn't really do much in terms of illustration or digital illustration. We learned how to use. I mean, obviously we did like animation, like on pen and paper, traditional animation, and also no worries, and also we used a lot a software called Toon Boom Harmony, which is a software for, well, as I was saying, for 2D animation. Also, we used another software which is called 3D Maya for all of the 3D animation. Yeah, so I mean, of course, that means that we drew a lot, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we knew how to color, especially because cartoon coloring, unless you're doing something more artistic, if you do something rather commercial, you just basically do flat coloring and then, put a couple of shades in there, but not really that much in terms of, it's not like, it's not like fine art where you have to learn, I don't know, how to use watercolors or oil, all of that. So all of that stuff is rather my own desire to learn it, and so I kind of tried. I don't know if I managed very well, but I tried. Well, I hope you can still see well. If it's not, sorry, I'm just trying to, to focus, to put the thing in a bit of focus. Okay, so here we're going. As I was saying, I'm at the stage where I'm doing the skin coloring. And then I'm gonna do all the flat coloring first. And then I'm gonna do details, mostly with textures or gradients. And then I'm gonna do lighting and shading, and I'm gonna be done for the evening. What did I leave there? Oh, I left the neck, of course. How could I forget the neck? It's an important part of the body. And of course, I forgot the lollipop, but at the moment I'm not doing it. I'm just doing it later on when I do the face, I think. So here I'll do the other arm, which is going to be out of the picture, I believe. Here we go. And the hand that goes behind the hair. And I think I'm going to take the lasso tool and make this a little bit quicker. So if you select the lasso tool, and then to add to the selection, you just have to keep the caps lock. Well, not the caps lock, but yeah, the thing that makes it that makes the letter capital. So yeah, is it the caps lock? I think so. Oh shit. Pardon me if I was swearing. Pardon my French. And yeah, and if you keep it pressed, it will keep the selection selected and you can add to it. All right. Yeah, so what do you guys do? You guys are connected right now. Are you students? Do you work? Are you fellow artists? What's up with you? I keep working on the... Yeah. So what have you guys... Oh, I'm an amateur artist who's a dentist. Nice. Do you get like a lot of customers coming in for, I don't know, specific problems or just... Oh, thank you, intricate sapien. Like, for example, I have huge problems with my teeth, mostly because of my wisdom teeth, which seem to have just come out. Well, they came out a long time ago, but they just came out. Like, they came out a little bit, and then they didn't come out anymore. So I'm sure this is hugely interesting for all of you. But seriously, like, it is a huge problem for me because it means that I always have a little bit of pain, but people, like my dentist specifically, keep saying that I shouldn't take it off taken out. So yeah, so I'm kind of like in a bit of a, I don't know, in a bit of a, what's it called? A bit of a limbo with my teeth. Thank you. Kellogg's RT. So yeah, but aside from my teeth problem, which I'm sure is hugely interesting for all of you, but seriously, no, being a dentist is like super cool. I mean, it's like you do something really useful. I mean, I love my job, like I love being an artist, but I do realize that I'm not really particularly useful to society, which, I mean, it doesn't make me sad, but you know, sometimes I wish maybe I've done something a bit more useful, you know, for the rest of the world. But at the same time, I know that I wouldn't be really much good at anything else, so I'm quite happy with it, really. Right, so underneath the arm, but no, above the arm, but underneath the face, I'm gonna put the shirt. So here I go drawing the shirt. There. So as you can see, because the layer is underneath it, I can just draw and it's still gonna go on top of it, which is great. Oh, thank you for saying that. It's really nice of you to say. So yeah, this week, well, these days, I've been kind of binge watching. Well, I mean, as I was saying like the other time, it's not like I really watch TV that much, but I do because I basically just kind of like put a TV series in the background. Oh, I'm working on a. Thank you for asking. I'm working on, as you can see, a portrait commission, and the girl that I'm drawing, she's an Instagram user called Ins Fashion Shames, and she's the winner of my latest giveaway. Which, if you go on my profile, you can see the Saturday special, which is basically a series of Saturday special giveaways that I will do from now on until further notice. Thank you. And yeah, so that's what I'm working on. She won it. I mean, I did like if you look back on my stories, yeah. So basically, I was thinking of doing this thing where on Saturdays I post the post where people can take part and take part in the in. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate on the coloring for a second. But yeah, so like on Saturdays, people can comment on the post that I posted, and then on Sunday, I'll just look at all the comments, and on Monday, I'll do the selection, which I don't do like Google does, as in I use a randomly selected number using a random generator. And so, yeah, I think it's a nice idea. I mean, it really allows me to say kind of thank you to all of you for always, you know, liking my posts and, you know, commenting. And loads of you send me messages, and that's really nice for me. Like, I feel like my art is appreciated, and it's a good way of keeping it going and, you know, and trying to challenge myself as well. You know, trying to do different stuff, trying to do different types of coloring. So yeah, stay tuned for the next Saturdays. Right, so I need to put some here. Okay. I think here I'm going to do like this. Yeah. And like this. Right. So now I'm gonna do the hair, which I'm gonna do the. Have you ever used iPad Pro? If so, how does it compare to the Wacom? Yes, I have used it, and I do use it also as a standard kind of tool for my drawings. I think in terms of drawing experience, it's very useful. I really like it. I probably in terms of like the feeling of having a small device that you can use, wherever you are on your laps, when you're watching TV or when you're sitting, whatever. Um, it's probably more useful than the Cintiq. As in, the Cintiq, of course, has its size, because I have like an old Cintiq, I don't have the new one or the portable one. So, of course, that's, kind of like a downside. Instead, my iPad can come with me everywhere, and I can work everywhere, which is pretty useful, especially um, since when I go and work on projects, normally like people don't really have a computer for me to use when I go and do collaborations and stuff, or maybe I don't have a workstation in the place where I'm going, so I can just bring the iPad, and with Procreate, which is the app that I use for drawing on the iPad, it's basically the same as using Photoshop on the Cintiq. The only problem is that, of course, the power is not really quite the same. So also the storage and the CPU is not the same. So you can't do really big canvases, and you can't use that many layers. Hi to Mexico, Artemio CV. So yeah, my advice would be, it's a great tool, especially if you're starting. And especially if you're just like an artist, like if you're just I'm not saying just as in it's not enough, but if you're an artist and you're a digital artist, but you're kind of what am I saying? You do paintings mostly. Great tool, totally worth it. I think if you're also other things, like in my case, I'm also an animator, so for me it would be kind of hard to. It's impossible to animate on it, so you have to connect it to a computer by mirroring it, and in that case, you need to have a Mac to mirror it. So yeah, it's not that advisable, but it's definitely a good tool. I really love it, and it's the tool that I got last year for my birthday, so 1 year ago exactly. And seriously, like, you should see how I used to draw before getting it, because the improvement has been, really, really obvious. It's really meant for me to go from one level to another. Like, totally, totally worth it. And also for Intricate Sapien, who's asking what would be your advice or tips for an upcoming artist. Well, of course, you'd have to define what you mean by upcoming, as in, is it something that you want to do for a living, or is it something that you just want to do for fun? Because those are two very different things. If you want to do it for a living, just prepare yourself for endless line of basically people saying that you're not good enough, or people not really wanting to pay for the work that you do. But if you really stick at it, maybe you can do it. For an upcoming artist in general, like, just if you like drawing and you want to get better at drawing, of course it depends what kind of style you want to pursue, but I guess my main tip or tips would be look and like watch tutorials online You can get them for free anywhere now, and just watch process videos, like so that you can figure out artists' processes, and also process videos, and just kind of like look at artists that you like and their artwork, and see, you know, like think about it, like think how did they did this or that, you know, like you like the way that one artist does the nose, save that picture in your reference folder, and then kind of think about it and think, you know, like how did you make, or how did she do this, how did she do that, why. If you figure out these things, then in less than you know, like in a short time, you see a real improvement, because you're finally thinking about it, you know, you're thinking about why things are done in a certain way, I think. And also, yeah, the other thing would be just draw a lot, like a lot. Um, and basically just try and draw a lot from real life references, I'd say. Like I use this YouTube channel, which is called Croquis Cafe, where they have naked models. I don't know if that's, you know, a problem for some people, but it's really useful because who won the giveaway? This girl won the giveaway. This girl that I'm doing the commission for. I announced it in my stories. But yeah, so I'd say do a lot of drawings, especially using resources that show you how real bodies are, because that way you can definitely improve your anatomy, which I think at the end of the day is one of the most important things if you want to be a good artist. Alright. Oh, the name of the channel is Croquis Cafe. Croquis is spelled Croquis. Croquis Cafe. And oh, sorry, I moved the camera. I find it really useful. As I was saying, especially at the start, I set myself the task, and then at the start, I mean basically 1 year ago, I set myself, because I was rejected by some studios for like 2D animation, on the basis of the fact that my drawings weren't good enough, my hand wasn't good enough. So I set myself the task of doing at least half an hour of live drawing, which means, as I was saying, live drawing is basically drawing from real life models every day. And I just got so much better in such a short time. Best thing I ever done. Right. So as you can see at the moment, it's still pretty rough, and you probably can't understand anything from the colors. So don't worry, it will become obvious in a bit. And as you can see, like I basically, the way I do colors, the way I do hair, as you can see, is basically I do like a, oh, no worries. When will I be giving another giveaway? Next Saturday. Next Saturday I will do another Saturday special. And so, yeah. And do you have any tips on doing collaborations? Depends. Collaborations in Instagram collaborations, like, people who ask you to do collaborations on Instagram, or collaborations like real life collaborations. On Instagram, I haven't actually done any collaborations until now. I want to. It's just like I'm so busy with work and my own stuff, and every time I always really try, but I can never set it up. But I really want to, and I hope I will do soon. And real life collaborations, well, that's a little harder. Of course, it depends, who you want to collaborate with. I'm doing, for example, like I'm doing a video game at the moment with some guys that I met at a game jam. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the concept of game jams. They're basically, I mean, there's this thing called, oh, don't worry, intricate sapien, go to bed, you should. And happy dentistry to you. And yeah, so as I was saying, game jams are basically um, kind of international events, especially in like the global game jam is an event where people from different backgrounds, for example, it could be um, artists or game designers, programmers, etc. They all meet and they have 48 hours to make a video game. You can start a game jam everywhere you want. You just have to go on the global game jam website to start one. And so yeah, so I met some guys at these game jam some time ago, 2 years ago, and we've been working together ever since. We've done some projects. Some of them haven't worked out, obviously, but it's always been so much fun, so I really don't regret it. Anyway, as you can see, I am progressing with the flat colors, and I think my live is gonna finish in a little bit because I think my live is gonna like self explode in a second, but I might just interrupt it and then restart it if you don't mind, guys. So I'll just switch it off and then switch it on again because after 1 hour it's gonna reset anyway. Right, so I'm back. And yeah, here's the drawing that I'm doing. As you can see, I have a commission going on. I don't know if you guys were watching earlier on, possibly. Where, as you can see, I've got this really beautiful girl. Oh, thank you. And she's got a lollipop, and she's also the winner of the giveaway that I've done. Oh, thank you. Bye, Martha. She's the winner of the giveaway that I did this Saturday, and her handle is in fashions chains. So it says thank you to you all. I've started doing these kind of giveaways on Saturdays. They're called Saturday specials, and I'm going to be doing them for every Saturday until further notice. And then on Sunday you guys can comment on the post or do whatever it's required for you to enter the giveaway. And then on Monday I'm gonna do the live drawing on the stream. So, you know, I hope you guys find it fun. And yeah, so you can follow these on here, or if you want to see exactly what I'm doing on my Photoshop, you can follow me on Twitch, of which the link is on my bio. And yeah, so you can follow me on there, and you can see exactly what I've got on Photoshop, you know, because this one is just recording from my phone. Instead, if you watch the Twitch thing, you've got like a full view on the Photoshop as I'm working. Sorry, I had to have a drink of water there. Okay, so I'm still doing flat colors, as you can see. In the last hour, I was doing the sketch. So now I'm gonna keep going on the glasses. I think glasses it is. So anyway, I can't remember what I was talking about before turning off the stream, because basically on Instagram, like after 1 hour, the stream like kind of turns off on its own. So I thought I'd get a start on it, and I just turned it off. So what time is it in where you guys are? To me, it's 9:10 in the evening. And I've been streaming for the last hour as I got home after work. And yeah, it's pretty fun to do these streams, especially now that, you know, it's getting colder. Hi, Roar Dolly. So yeah, it's pretty fun to do these streams, especially as like now it's getting colder. And hi there, Teen Tober. The days are kind of like growing shorter, so you know it gets dark around 7 now. I live in Italy, so and it's pretty nice to be in the house and, you know, just do something else for the evening. Also, I really like to do these streams because I get to see like you guys commenting, and it's normally quite fun. So also, I hope I'm getting better at them, like in terms of you know, what I talk about, and also my equipment is slightly better now. When I started, I didn't. Do they participate in the Let's Sevens where you are? Yes, they do. But it's not started yet. I think it's sometime in I think in November that we changed the daytime. Ciao, Chulbex or Chobex. I can never know how to pronounce it. But yeah. So when I started doing these streams about a month ago, like 3 weeks ago or something, I didn't really have the best equipment for it. As in, in November it's horrible. It gets dark at 4:30. Are you from England? Because, I mean, I used to live in London, and it did get dark at like 4:30 in winter, which luckily is not the case in Italy. Like in Turin, where I live, you know, it will get darker a little bit earlier, but, you know, 5 at the most, really. Which also means that in summer we don't get Chicago. Well, I think it's actually the same kind of like zone, as in, you know, it's kind of like on the same parallel. I think they're called parallels. So it makes sense. So you must get like quite long summers, because that's the thing, like about you know, Italy is closer to the equator, so of course we don't have that much of a change in terms of day and night. So like the shortest in winter would be like 5 in the afternoon, but then the longest in the summer is like 10 in the evening. Yeah, same parallel. But yeah, so Anyway, I do like when it gets darker, like a bit earlier. And I was saying, like, I like the fact that it's getting colder. Um, I mean, as you can't see it because you can't see my face, but if you if you look at the live on Twitch, you'll see like I have a hat on. That's yeah, I know. About Chubik saying about the Erasmus in Riga. No, I know. I mean, when I went, last year I went to Budapest for a holiday, and yeah, around like 4 in the evening, 4:30, it was so dark, and it was seriously like so cold. With my friends like who were there with me, we were joking by saying that it was like the wolves came out. Seriously, like after 4 in the evening, like you didn't really see that many people in the street. Well, mom was born in Torino. Really? You studied Italy at the Faculty of Philology. Wow. Where is that? Where are you from? In Fashion Trains, which, by the way, is the girl that I'm doing the commission for. Yeah, I mean, I do. I have lived in London for like 5 years, so I guess that's why I'm kind of British, as in I've taken up some of their bad ways, I think. Okay, so the glasses are kind of done. So layer underneath, I'm gonna do the glass of the actual glasses, which is very dark blue, I believe. Oh, you're from Serbia. Nice. I've never been to Serbia. I've been to Croatia, which is kind of close, I think, but never to Serbia. I hear that it's actually quite nice in Serbia right now. Like, there's a girl that I know who walks her dog in the same park where I walk my dog, and she's also an artist. And I think she's from Serbia. And she was saying, how like there's a lot of there's so many kind of I was still talking about Serbia. So yeah, so there's so many art galleries and kind of like underground art that is developing right now. And also, yeah, Torino is actually quite beautiful. I mean, it's one of those cities in Italy that, because of course in Italy you have all the big ones, like Florence and Venice and Rome, and so everybody kind of tends to forget about Torino. We're kind of like, you know, that the little sister or the little brother who always gets forgotten, even though it's actually a pretty cool city. It's pretty beautiful, and actually it was also the first capital of Italy when Italy was founded in the 1800s, which is something that not many people remember. Okay, so on top of the face layer, I'm gonna start doing the face. Like I mean, I'm used to it, and it's not so interesting to me, but tourists really like Serbia. They do. They do like Serbia, I bet. Um, so yeah, as you can see, like on top of the layer um, for the face, I'm gonna do the flat colors for the face feature. So I've zoomed in loads, and I need to put the line art underneath actually. Right. So as I was saying, I mean, I can't remember what I was talking about, to be honest. But anyway, so lately I've been watching Downton Abbey. I don't know if any of you guys know the series. It's about a British family, like a British aristocratic family, at the start of the century, and kind of like all the changes that England is going through, and like the British Empire in general is going through during First World War, and then the rest of it really until like 1925 or 1930s or something like that. And I mean, it's terribly, terribly British, as in people talk like with a really stupid posh voice, etc. Um, But it's just kind of like a little bit of fun, really. And I've been watching it mainly because I have watched it already, so I know exactly what is going on. And when I work, I tend to want to have something in the background, kind of like the radio. So I don't really watch it. I just kind of put it there on one of the. Yeah, I know. I know it's massive. I know it's massive almost everywhere, but I don't know. I mean, maybe this is not the right target. It's more like Downton Abbey is kind of like more like a 50-year-old woman thing. My ex-boyfriend's mum loved it, but then she was English as well. My parents love it. They wanted me to give them all of the box sets for Christmas. Um, the mouth, what color is it? It's just normal color. But yeah, so as I was saying, I do quite like it mainly because it's so it's kind of just easygoing. It's just like easy fun that you can like switch your brain off, and something terrible is gonna happen, but then something good is gonna happen, and in the end everything is gonna be okay. Because it's the Brits, and in the end everything is fine, even though everything is not fine, but whatever. And also, I love the fact that they just regularly kill someone so that they could keep having love interests for the main characters, which are of course the daughters of the Earl of Grantham. Earl is such a weird word to pronounce. It's like you have to go back in your tongue, like I don't know. It's really weird and kind of hard for me to pronounce it. Yeah. So as you can see, when I do the mouth, I normally use one color for the upper lip, and then for the lower lip, I just kind of pick that color and turn it a little bit lighter. That gives it like a nice shade to start with, and then of course you're going to do the shading afterwards. But as a starting point, I think it gives already some 3D dimensionality, if you can say that. Now I'm gonna go on the line art, which is on overlay, and I'm gonna do the little nose and the other. No, that's not correct. Yeah, no, that's not what happens. At the end of Downton Abbey, I'm not gonna say what happens, just in case someone wants to watch it or is watching it. Because they did put, like, I know that like it's different on every country's like Netflix, but the Italian Netflix is actually really crap, so there's almost nothing on it. And I mean, in comparison to the British, like the English Netflix that I used to have, it's really shit. And yeah, so I used to have loads of programs on it, and now because I'm in Italy, I have to watch the Italian version, and yeah, it's really not that good because I think I need to put this on top of the hair. They only just now put all the new episodes of Downton Abbey, like the last season, which were actually done like a million years ago. So yeah. So apart from that, what have I been watching? I've been watching Ash versus Evil Dead, which is more kind of like the thing that I watch with my boyfriend, because he really likes it. And we're watching the second season, which I know actually came out quite a long time ago, but we're only just watching it now. Well, not actually a long time ago. Maybe, I don't know. Is the second season still going on, or like the last episode happened like a little while ago? I can't remember. And of course, I am waiting anxiously for Stranger Things and for Dirk Gently, holistic holistic detective. Have you watched it? The one with I mean, I don't know the name of the main guy, but there's also thingy. What's his name? Elijah Wood. in it, and I just love the Rowdy Three. They're like my favorite characters ever. And oh, I need to do the. I need to do. This needs to come top then. Alright. Yeah, I need to do the lollipop. So the lollipop is this color. Yeah, they're gently is so funny. I really love it. I love the way that they made it so quirky. Thank you, Arctic Scouts. It's a no, I noticed that you just tuned in, so it's a commission I did, like I'm doing for the winner of my latest giveaway, which happened on Saturday. Yeah, I know Tribix, that is based on the novel of Douglas Adams, and which is the guy who wrote Galaxy Hitchhikers. I don't know the title in English actually. I don't even read it in Italian. But yeah, no, it's so funny. Also, I am looking forward to. I did something wrong. Sorry, guys. I painted on the wrong layer. Stupid me. Silly me. I hate when that happens. Luckily, I noticed it like reasonably early. It's because I'm chatting. Normally, I'm more focused. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna put this down here, and then yeah, that's the layer that I needed to use. So yeah, as I was saying, I am also looking forward to what else is coming out soon? Well, I mean, Once Upon a Time, the new season is airing now, which I watched the first episodes of, and I've got the second episode to watch after I finish this actually. So that's a little incentive for me. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm suspending judgment. I know it's not the same because there's no MS1, but you know, I might as well try and watch it before giving any harsh judgment. So I'm gonna lock the layer. I'm gonna lock the pixels of this layer so that I can pick the color of this and do the same design without worrying about going off. Like this. And also it's got some white. So here we go. Cool. Brooklyn 99. Cool. I'll watch it. Can I find it on Netflix? Here I'm gonna delete this bit because I don't need it anymore. And then alright, I've got a million layers of with the flat colors, which I'm gonna flatten out as soon as I have enough. Also here I've got too much hair, which goes on top. There we go. Better. Okay, what else do I need in terms of flat coloring? I think I might be done in terms of flats. There we go. Cool. So now I can move on to details. Cool. It's on Netflix. I shall watch it. And I'm gonna save this in fashion jeans sketch. Okay. Yeah, I hadn't saved yet, which is really bad practice. you guys should always save. It's so important, seriously. I can't stress how important it is to always save. I'm so lucky that, you know, it didn't just self implode in the meantime and then I would have died because of all the work that I would have wasted. Alright. So, now that I have all of that, I can start worrying about the details. And about that, so I think that arm looks a bit weird. So that's one thing that I need to change. So yeah, so basically this phase of the process is basically just me fixing all the little things that have gotten wrong whilst I was doing the flats. Like the curve of this hand. And yeah, so what other suggestions do you have for me, guys, in terms of TV series and such? Yeah, bring up with you as well. The line wasn't quite steady enough. And the line art in general, I think, is too heavy. So I'm gonna fix that too. Are you guys hungry? I am terribly hungry actually, because I haven't eaten since lunch and it's 9:30, so my stomach is starting to grumble. But I'm still gonna, you know, stream until 10 and then I'm gonna have some dinner. Well, actually, I'm gonna have some dinner even after 10, to be honest, because my boyfriend is out climbing, which he does every Monday. So I'm gonna have to wait until he comes back home and then I can have some dinner. Because I like to wait for him, you know. I'm sure if you guys have someone in the family who comes back later, you also like to wait for them. Alright. So, since the layer that I've got on top is, as I was saying, is on the overlay blending settings, when I color net with black, it overlays on what's underneath and it gives me basically a tone on tone color, which is what I use for kind of like doing this line art like that. Alright. There we are. Like this. Oh, so now, oh yeah, I forgot to do the bottom of the lollipop. No, not there. Here. Okay. So here we go. Lollipop. Are videos on Twitch saved after the stream? Yeah. And actually, I have been saving the videos and editing them and then publish them again on on my YouTube. So like I do kind of like a time lapse thing, and actually you can watch them on YouTube even after they've been streamed. So loads of places where you can watch it. I just go on my YouTube and it's gonna be there. Okay. I might also do the ring. Sorry, I think I moved the camera with my head. The camera, which is my phone. Alright, I'm just trying to put it in focus again. Alright, so I'm gonna do the... Oops. Hai fatto una scorreggina? Hey guys, sorry. So basically my my phone just switched off. So yeah, this is from my iPad, but yeah. So I was doing the stream and my phone switched off. So this is from my iPad, but since I can't put it in a way that you can see the screen, I'm just gonna leave it and then post tonight. Bye. Hey guys! So I'm just recording this for everybody who was watching my stream and I suddenly turned off, and it was because my phone turned off. So yay! Since this is from my iPad and I can't put it in a way that it's comfortable enough for the screen, so as I was saying, I'm gonna just leave it at that in terms of this live, and I'm gonna post the result of everything later on, and you can still watch me on Twitch, and I'll still be talking probably a little bit. Bye! Okay, sorry about you guys who might have been watching these on Twitch. I do apologize. My phone just literally just turned off. Yeah, so let's see. I was working on this. Alright, so as I was saying, I'm gonna move on and do the ring. If you can hear some sort of like running around, I think it's my neighbor who's like doing some sort of work. Right. Okay. Okay. So this is almost done. I need to do some more in terms of the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna start with the green. Maybe not multiplying, maybe screen. No. Normal then. I'll have to be more careful. Okay. So as I was saying earlier on, it's kind of harder not to have an Instagram live there because that way at least I can see, like when people make direct comments, and it's just, it's just a little bit more helpful for keeping the conversation going. But I'll try. Normally that's why I watch TV series once I do these sort of things, so that it's just a bit more fun, to be honest. I know this looks really weird, but it will work. Trust me, in the end. This is going to be more complicated than I originally thought. Okay, let's see if these other things can work. I'm gonna use a layer, a gradient rather than. Yeah, this works better. Hang on. I'm gonna. So underneath, I've got one eye and the other. Okay. Muta. Sorry, my dog is also playing up a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, that is better. I think. A lot better, I think. Okay, time to do the hair, which I'm gonna do kind of in the same way, but I'm gonna use clipping masks to do the different bits. And I've got a million layers, so I need to select the correct one when I want to draw on top. And then the really back one, which is this one. hope you guys are enjoying watching me drawing hair. It is quite enjoyable for me to draw hair with these. Cool. And then I've got the where's the shirt? There it is. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually hear. There's like a kind of like a sound as if someone is fixing something, and that's because my neighbors seem to be working on some sort of decoration for their house, which is kind of annoying, especially considering it's 10 to 10 in the evening, and you'd think that, you know, they would do it at a different time during the day, but there you go, they are quite inconsiderate, so okay. Okay. There we are. Almost done. Just gonna put maybe like some sort of pattern. On top of the t-shirt. Okay. So then I'm gonna put all of this in one layer, in one group rather. And on top of this group, I'm gonna do the So I want to do some more. Again, I want to do some more on the face as well. This is just to give some more blush to the drawing. And I'm going to do it on the other bits of the skin as well. Right. So here I am. Here's the character. Shade and light. Guys, our time is about to end, unfortunately, but I will be posting these later on my Instagram and on my other accounts, so do follow up if you want to see how it turned out in the end. And this is just to do the shading and stuff. this shade goes at 30%. And this light, which I'm gonna do blue. Okay. Cool. Now underneath the shade I'm going to put another shade, but with a different brush. At 40%. And a different light in soft light. At 40%. Alright guys, that's it. Finished. So bye bye and see you next time, which is next Monday.